So Notion just launched a brand new feature in an advanced block called buttons. And this is a replacement for the old template button that you could have in individual pages. But buttons are so much more powerful. In fact, you can actually apply these to databases, add a lot of automations, which saves you a ton of time if you're tracking data or if you're going to be building out templates from scratch. So I'm going to show you guys how you can apply buttons to your own Notion workflow, and let's get started. So we have a blank page here, and we're going to start off with a very simple button that prints out 100. So how we do that, we do /BUT, and you can see it shows advanced block button, run custom automations with a click. So let's click this over here. Now, like everything else in Notion, you have a ton of customization options. So if you click this smiley face over here, you can actually choose an icon or an emoji. If you choose an icon like others, you can change the specific color. Or if you go over here to emoji, let's grab this 100. Next, we can actually name this button. So we're going to have over here print 100 and then done. So currently this button does nothing. And because of that, right, it says this button has no action. So we actually have to build out a step based around it. So click over this gear icon where it says edit button, and you go down below and you have an add a step. So right now, Notion has 5 different options for you. You can either insert a block, add pages to a database, edit a page in database, show a confirmation button, or open a page. So what we're going to do, since we're only going to be printing out 100, is we're going to insert blocks. So what I'm going to do over here is type in 100 like this. You have a few different options as well. So you can print 100 below or above the button. So by default, you have it printing out below. You can also choose to have it print above. So we're going to keep it below just to show you guys, right? And we're going to click done and watch what happens when I print 100. So we have it printed down below. Do it again, right? 100 is just like this. Again, if you want to go back over here and edit, choose above button, click done. We actually print it above each time and the button keeps on going down. So either way, how you want to build this out into a specific page, that is really up to you. We're going to go back over here and edit this button. And I'm going to just choose below because it's kind of annoying having the button keep on falling down farther in the page. Let's say I do want to add in another block for some reason. So we're going to add in insert block. And I want to print 101 after. So I'm going to put 101 like that. Again, you have the option if you want to choose above or below. I would recommend just keeping everything below. But this is one thing that's kind of interesting about buttons. So watch what happens. Some people might think it would go 100 and 101 because of how this is printed, right? However, when you watch, we actually have 101 and 100. And that just goes down to this nitty-gritty settings because it has insert blocks below button. So what happens with the sequence is first the button will go over here, print out 100, and then it goes down below. And the next thing it says is insert blocks below button. So this will print below the button. I hope there's a feature in the future that instead of below button, it goes below action. So then you can print 100, 101, 102. But that feature is currently not available in Notion. So just know that before you build out a sequence, if you're going to have multiple blocks. I mean, best way, obviously, if you're going to put 101 or 102, just build those out underneath. But just the small quirk that I think you guys should know. So we're going to actually delete 102, 101 like there. I'm also going to delete this block. But I'm going to show you guys what the confirmation does. So let's add in a confirmation. And then you have the text here by default that says, are you sure you want to continue? What we're going to put over here is, do you want to print 101? And again, you have continue or cancel. You can change the text over here. We're going to say print 101. And then we're going to put don't print 101. We're going to add in another step. So we're going to insert block and we're going to have 101. And I'll show you guys how this works too. So once again, click done. So we have click print 100. So you can see 100 is printed right there, which is step 1. You have this over here, the loading symbol that you guys always see online. And then it says 100, which has our icon from the button. It says, do you want to print 101? So We click print 101. You can see that 101 is going to be printed right over there. Loading symbol is gone. We click this again, click don't print 101. It just prints 100. And there's a lot of different ways that you can implement this into your Notion systems. If you want to have checkers, like, yes, I want to make sure I want to clear something in a specific database, or if you want to have someone else reviewing work, yes, I reviewed work, click that. And maybe we'll make another video in some advanced ways that you can actually use buttons within your Notion systems. Okay, so now we're going to show you guys a few different options that you can have to add a specific page within a database, which I think is really where the button does shine. So it's again /but, add in your button over here. Instead of insert blocks, we're going to do add pages to. And what you have the option to do is select the database. Now I built a basic inline one down below, so we're going to be using that one. So button add to database, and currently we have the option for name. So you can keep this as untitled, or you can have a specific name that applies to every page that you add in over here. Personally, I'd recommend leaving this one as blank for now. You can add in another property. So I'm going to add in a status property, and I'm going to choose not started. That way all of them are going to show up as not started in the database. And then with the date, you have 3 different options right now. You can pick a specific date, or you can choose now or today. Personally, if you pick a date, you're going to have to continue to go back through the button and always change that automation. So you can either really keep now or today. Personally, today works fine for me. So we're going to click that over here. Now watch what happens. We're just going to change this name to add to database. Done here. And if I click add database, we have something that's built out over here. And since I did not choose a name, it is completely blank. But you can actually take buttons one step farther. Now I'm going to show you guys how you can build another page in the database, but actually open up that page so you can build out a specific title and then make any other modifications that you want to. So let's go back to this button, click the gear icon, and we're going to add in another step. So what I want to do first is click over here to open page. And what you can do is choose where it opens up in the page. So by default, you have a center peak, which will open the center. You also have the option to have a full page or also a side peak. Personally, I recommend choosing the side peak. We're going to click that over here. And then you have open, and you can select a specific page. So if we click this one right over here, what you should choose is new page added. And what this does is it chooses the page that you just created with this button to be the one that is opened. So watch how powerful this is. You click done over here and add to database. So when I do that, we have this entry right here. So we say added from button, and then you have the specific date of today, and then status as not started. So this is really good for like trackers. If you want to make sure that you do something every single day, you can just click add to database, and you can have something by default over here. I know I built out recently a running tracker, and I'm thinking about rebuilding it based around these type of buttons, because now it's super easy to add in a specific run. So close that out over here. And just to show you guys these other views, if we wanted to open this up in a center peak, we're going to click done. You guys can see how that opens that right over here. Then if we go back over and choose a full page, click done, opens up just like that. So we're going to go back and we're going to delete these properties. So now we're going to modify specific pages in a database. So we're going to create a button out, and we're just going to say modify checkboxes. And the step we're going to do, so click add step, and we're going to do edit pages in. So first you have to select the specific database. So I have as modify tasks. So click this over here, and then you come up with this. So you have edit property, and you have this over here that says all pages and modify tasks. So we're just going to edit a property for now. So we're going to choose the checkbox over here and select, and we're going to make sure that this is checked. So click done, and watch what happens. If I click modify checkboxes, everything is clicked. If I keep on clicking it, nothing happens because all of these are checked off. Now I'm going to uncheck these over here, and we're going to choose a specific one this time. So click edit button, And what we're going to do, instead of all pages, we're going to actually add in a filter. So what we can have over here is a very basic one, name contains. And let's just say I have water and have that there. So let's say I drink my water for today, which by the way, very good to do. And I want to check off this box now. So click done and watch what happens when I click modify checkboxes. Now water intake is checked off and these are blank. And just like before, nothing happens. Now what I do is build out a button that's going to reset all of these. So let's say I have these checked off. What I'm going to do is actually just duplicate this button. We're going to go over here and then say reset checkboxes. And instead, we're going to have this as an empty, as unchecked. And filters, we're going to remove this filter over here and then click done. So watch what happens over here. I click reset and all of these are blank. Modify, you can have these. So it does save you a lot of time if you have different things that you have to check off every single day. You have a reset button. Again, like earlier, if we want to go over here and add in another step, what we can do is show a confirmation. And then instead of, are you sure you want to continue? Are you sure you want to reset checkboxes? Done. Go back over here actually. And what we're going to do is move this upwards. So if you click these three dots over here, you have the ability to change where the step takes place. So you can move up and this will show first rather than this. If you do want to add in other steps too, you can add a step above, below, you can duplicate a step, a few different other options too within there. So I'm going to just click done now and watch what happens if I click off, let's say 2 of these right over here and reset checkboxes. Are you sure you want to reset the checkboxes? Click continue. These have been reset. And let's do this one. Let's say cancel and nothing happens. And to show you guys as well that this works with views. So let's say I have a view over here, same exact thing, but we're going to have a filter on this view. So we're going to have checkboxes that are checked only. So we go back over here, let's say modify checkboxes, click this and watch what happens with this table. We have this over here for water intake. Let's say this was just like a view that you completed the task for today. If you reset this, continue, that is gone from a specific view. Now let's wrap everything together. First, what I'm going to do for these modified checkboxes, I'm going to remove this filter and just do that. Click these 3 dots and remove, click done. And when I click modify checkboxes, all these are going to be there. When I reset, all those are going to be gone. But now we're going to add in a specific task to this modified task database. So /button. And what we're going to have is add in task, add in a specific step. So what we're going to do is add pages to select a specific database. We're going to click modify task name. We're going to have as untitled, so that we have this in here. We're going to edit another property and we're going to have a specific checkbox. Under this checkbox, we're going to have this as unchecked. Then we're going to add in another step. We're going to do open page. And then instead of center peak, we're going to do a side peak over here. So click done. And you can see I forgot to put the specific page. So make sure you do new page added, click done. And let's start from scratch. So let's say we have add in a specific task, right? So stretch, run 4 miles, water intake. Let's say I want to do meditate. Let's say I did everything today. Click all of those and show that these are on this side of things and then reset checkboxes, continue. And that's the gist of how you use Notion buttons. Hope this video was very helpful for you. If it was, you should also go watch this one right here, which goes over 100 different Notion tips.